Hi guys, I'm Jessica Boulton and this is Jess Saying, and we're here today with one of my favourite all-time bands. It's Steps!
Hey Jess!
Hello guys, thank you so much for joining us. This is fantastic. And congratulations, your new album out today, What the Future Holds. How exciting is this for you? Because you've been holding on to this all through the first lockdown, weren't you?
Yeah, we had the lead single ready to go, and the video, and the album announcement, and the tour announcement, and then lockdown happened, so we had to button our lips, sit on our hands, and keep everything quiet. But everybody knows about it now. The world has been introduced to the new album, and it seems like everybody's loving it. So thank you.
It's brilliant. I've heard it. I've been listening to it whilst I was doing my work this week, which really really helped a little bit, like kept me going whilst I was busy. So there's some really, really good songs, which are, you got this, it's the Step sound, but very, very like a really modern take on it as well. So what's this been like? Because this is the second album of new music you've done since 2017, and everyone says that second album's really tricky. Has it been difficult to get it right, get what you want?
Well, luckily it's not actually our second album, is it? It's our second album.
No, but the second album since you came back with the new music in 2017 after Tears on the Dance Floor. Then you it's the second album and new stuff is what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with this album we definitely moved it on in the sense that with Tears on the Dance Floor we wanted it to be very specifically an album full of bangers. We wanted to kind of give the fans exactly what they wanted
Killers.
with that, not fillers. But with this one, because of there's a line in What the Future Holds. It says one foot in the past and one foot in the future. Which really kind of struck a chord with all of us. So that's a new one, isn't it? Struck a chord. And so we kind of played with that a little bit. So What the Future Holds is very much steps of now and of the future. And then songs like Something in Your Eyes and Heartbreak in the City, I feel very much kind of steps. They could have been step singles back in the 90s. Yeah. So there's a real good mix in that.
Yeah, you got a really good, so everyone's happy with it. We've got a first message in from Leanne Ruth Beckett, who basically says she's really excited for the tour, which obviously was moved from this year because of the pandemic to next year. So what have you got special planned on this tour? Because I hear you've got some good creative ideas already, haven't you?
Yeah, we kind of know what's going to go on with the stage because we have to sort of organise seating plans. That's our first thing that we have to do. We're going to base the tour very much, I think, around the title track. But we can't give anything away, obviously, because it's early days yet. But we always have to raise the bar every time we tour. So it's going to be bigger and better than the last time. And we're going to have to get some input from all our fans as well about the tracks that people want to hear. So send in your ideas.
I know a lot of people have been saying you've saved 2020. What does that feel like?
People love hearing our new music, and hopefully they love the album that's out today. So I don't know about saving 2020, but
we'll take it.
It is very fun.
Yeah, say that. No, you on the new album, obviously you work with some great people. Like Sia wrote the track for What the Future Holds. Who else would you like to be working with?
Well, on the new album, we've also got written by Emanike as well, which is incredible, and he co-wrote that with lovely Molly from the Saturdays. Yeah, it's just been really lovely that people have been approaching us and giving us songs this time. On the last album, we had to go, please give us a song. Do you have anything in your pop vault that'll suit us? But this time we've fought for choice. It's been wonderful.
Is there anyone that you've got your eye on for the next album? I mean, you've worked with Benny and Bjorn already, so who else could you possibly want to work with?
Lady Gaga.
I was just going to say Gaga.
That's the ultimate.
Yeah.
Gaga.
The Gaga fans.
Yeah, I'm loving Jennifer's stuff as well.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
What about Britney?
Oh,
Is she back?
That would be a nice. Well, she's just had a track released, but obviously, yeah, that's a different story. I love obviously classic Britney. We actually had a bit of a Britney party in the hotel room the other night. We had a
Oh, did you?
So, me, Lisa and Faye, we were rocking to Sometimes and Lucky. Yeah, it was great.
Because obviously, back in the day, you toured with her, and that was like back in '98, wasn't it? And what was that like? What was that like?
It was 1999.
Yeah, it was 1999.
And we toured America and Canada, which was incredible. You know, we were like really young. We were
Yeah,
20
it's all new, wasn't it, for us then?
Yeah, I mean, to see that much of the world and to support Britney, and we to see her backstage and in catering, and we met all her dancers, and actually she was seeing Justin Timberlake at the time, so it was just a whirlwind, wasn't it? We got to meet so many people.
And I know you said that you wish her the best now because she's obviously going through that really hard time with her conservatorship. Are you all behind her? Have you been in touch with her?
I don't think many people are in touch with her. So, I mean, who knows what goes on behind closed doors? You know, there's always two sides to a story. But I know that the conservatorship does come to hopefully a conclusion in the next couple of weeks. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, absolutely. Hashtag Free Britney.
Exactly. And we got a message here from Lynn Cross. She says, your album is amazing. What are your favourite tracks?
Oh, I think we'd all say different tracks, most of us. But for me, obviously What the Future Holds is brilliant. I love that one. But Under My Skin, that's one of my favourites. Something a little bit different on this album.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, you can't see it about our first single, and that's the title track, and it's just a banger. I love that, and also Under My Skin. It's so nice for us to do something a bit more mid-tempo.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful slowly at the end of the album as well called Hold My Heart, and I think our vocals on that, it's really stripped back and really raw. And it's the sound of that one as well. So.
Which is your favourite, Jess?
I like What the Future Holds and Something in Your Eyes. I like. Yeah. I like that one, and I love the video to that as well. It was obviously over the time you've had such an amazing career. I mean, it's 23 years since 5, 6, 7, 8, and 22 since Step 1. What does that feel like to have such a long? When you look back at those pictures, does it? You know, how do you feel?
Proud.
Yeah, it's almost unbelievable in a way. I can't actually believe it's been 23 years. I still feel like we're those silly 20-somethings, kind of still being as silly and as stupid together on stage and stuff. It's weird.
Look at those children. Who are they? Spectacular album. Name the year. What year is that?
I look like a bodybuilder in that picture. I do. It looks like I've got a pop chest instead of a chest.
You do.
Been working out.
Iron Woman.
You look barely any different. You do not look. It does not look like that is 22 years ago. It really doesn't. And I'm not just saying that. Yes. Do you still get nervous when you do a new release or a new album, or is it all old hat now?
Totally. I think, especially this time, because it's completely new original music. And we didn't really know where we fit in. Actually, we've never fit in. We've never followed trends. We stay true to who we are. We never follow trends, and I guess people love what we do. And they're to the journey, which is fabulous.
I think it is exciting. It's exciting nerves, really, especially when you're releasing something that you've had hold of for such a long time as well.
It's like giving birth. Not that I know what that is, but.
There might be a lot of people out there that disagree with that.
I was going to say, out of all the girls that do know about it, is it as hard as giving birth? No, imagine not. What are some of your favourites of the old classics? When you look back at your amazing catalogue, what are some of the favourite songs?
I think Deeper Shade of Blue. That was like, for me, it was a song that kind of changed the perception, I think, how people looked at Steps as well. And it's a great song to perform on tour. Really get behind that one. So that's for me.
That's just won the #1 Step song, actually. There was a review of all of our back catalogue, and that was #1 in the poll.
That's fantastic.
I think another song that we really enjoy doing on tour is Love You More as well. That was great track.
Even though it was never a single.
The track that should have been the single.
Should have been a single.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I always say One for Sorrow because something happened. Are you there?
Yeah, no, I'm here. Can you see me?
Sorry. Probably something happened on our screen. Yeah, sorry, just because I think that's the one song when you're, when you see the audience back at you, is a really clear move that you can just see an entire sea of people in an arena doing the same thing, and it's just
that must be amazing.
Yeah,
that must be really amazing to see that. We got a question here from Grant Hing. He loves your album, and he's wondering if you're going to be releasing on cassettes in 2020 as well. So obviously he wants a bit of old school music. I suppose there's not much of an appetite for it on cassette, is there?
Well, actually, we've gone on steps. I've gone retro.
Oh, okay.
We've stayed true to the lyrics of what the future holds. 1 foot in the past and 1 foot in the future. So we now have we have recorded a little message individually, each of us, on all of our cassettes. We have vinyl. Oh my gosh, it's the most amazing pink, shocking neon vinyl picture discs. The only thing we haven't released is VHS. Seriously.
Oh, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. Then I was
See, look at this. Look at this.
Oh, I love it. So they're each an individual one.
Yeah. Everyone grab a cassette,
and then.
It's a lucky dip here. Look.
We've all got our own cassettes.
I love this.
Pink.
I love this. I've still got my cassette recorder, so that's brilliant.
To know that these were kind of made null and void back in, even when we were still together in the 90s, and the fact that they've been brought back now is just, it is really cool. It's really fun.
Love it.
It reminds me, a tape always reminds me of when I used to tape the top 40 on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Right at the end of the track, trying to cut the DJ's voice out. And now and I'd be like, Argh! So that was.
I recall that very much. I mean,
You have to get a pencil in there to wind it.
Rewind the pencil. Yes.
When you were back in the day, when you were like first, there were so many sort of great pop bands around, and you were like, there was you and S Club and All Saints, and you obviously knew everybody. Can you tell me about was there any rivalry between any other bands, or can you tell me any?
You mean our peers?
Yes, with your peers.
It never felt like that, did it?
I think the newspapers tried to make something of it, especially because S Club and we were mixed sex bands. I think they like to ramp that up a bit. But
there was one. Me and Jay had a story about that we were going to have rivalry, and then I ended up doing an Ant show with Jay. We just laughed about it because it was never true. So
We felt like we were all in it together back then, definitely.
Yeah.
There were a lot more shows where there would be lots of bands and acts on.
Yeah.
Everyone used to hang out together backstage,
like Party in the Park and
tour as well. It really did feel like we were in it together, and no, there wasn't any. It's very different now. Everyone kind of stays in their own dressing rooms, and no one really kind of mixes. But it wasn't like that back then at all.
Where are you getting all these pictures from?
we keep seeing.
You're loving them. Was there any fun stories from back then when you were all on tour and you saw all these people? Is there anything that you can tell us about?
Oh goodness,
we
could
tell
tell
you.
yeah.
Doing a gig for Woolworths. Is it Woolworths?
No.
And there was like, it was 17.
It was Entertainment UK. We used to do a Christmas party
Yeah.
at that hotel in London. No, at the airport.
And there was lots of people running around the corridors of the hotel afterwards as well. So that was fun.
Do you remember
that was
sleeping?
really early on though.
S Club 7 and us were in dressing rooms with tables, so everybody was to sleep underneath the desks in the dressing rooms.
So baffling.
Online the story about S Club 7. We were all staying in the same hotel. I'm not sure where we were in the world. And we were getting up for the airport. I think my alarm was set for about 6 o'clock in the morning. And about 5 a.m. I could hear this noise. And I'm not very good when I get woken up.
Not, every morning.
I'm a bit moody if I get woken up. And so there was all this noise outside my room. And I opened my hotel door and I went, "Will you shut up?" And it was S Club 7. I was like, "Oh, sorry, guys." It was so noisy. I think they were just getting in as I was getting up.
Oh, really? Naughty. Right, we got a message here from Gillian Patterson. She says, "Have you got any idea for tour costumes yet?" And she can't wait to meet you in Glasgow.
I know Gillian.
She sounds familiar. We met Gillian.
We met Gillian. She's lovely. Hi, Gillian. Do you know what? We've always got ideas about the biggest and the craziest and the most flamboyant costume.
And then our stylist reins us in.
Yeah.
mentioned you might do a Billy Porter, didn't you, H? You told me.
Sorry?
You said you might do a Billy Porter.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I sometimes want to be flamboyant and dress up and, you know, exaggerate. So why not? I'm quite quiet and but why not? I wouldn't do it for a political statement. I would just do it because I wanted to. And why shouldn't clothes shouldn't have a gender? Why not?
Exactly. If you want the big ball gown, have the big ball gown. Just don't.
If I've got a big ball gown, the girls will go bigger. That's the problem.
Well, I don't blame them. I don't blame them. They should do.
More because I want him to wear very little.
Okay. What's it like when you're doing all the choreography and everything now? Is it like, I mean, you told me that you're so confident now that you don't get the nerves, your costumes are a bit more raunchy. Is it less nerve-wracking on stage? And are you any differences, anything harder because it's been a few years since you first were doing all the dancing?
I mean, I think we have to work a little bit harder on our fitness, just a little bit, because we're not 20 anymore.
Yeah.
I think because we challenge ourselves and we want to do an amazing show, and our choreographers and creative teams want it to be spectacular, and so do we. So we have to work hard to deliver.
Well, we say every year, don't we? Let's just calm it down. Not so much this year. We're getting older, and we end up doing more every single time. Yes. So we like to put on a good show, like Face It.
Yeah, I love it. And when you at home, do you have any go-to songs of yours that you put on? Because a lot of people will be like, oh, I'm having a bad day, I'm gonna put on some good music, play a bit of tragedy, a bit of that. Do you play any of your own songs?
I have recently. I've been listening to the new album. Yeah, because we had it for so long, and I hadn't listened to it for such a long time, and I did put the album on, and I need to learn the words. No, but I became just really quite proud and emotional about it. So yeah, I've been listening to our own album.
What was the album? What was this album the most vocally challenging to record? We're being asked by Johnny Coe.
Hi, Johnny.
I think different albums have had different challenges. I think
depends on the song, I guess.
Something in Your Eyes is quite a wordy song, and there's not much room for breath, and it's got quite a wide range, isn't it? So
I do think that.
Harmonies are all quite tight, and so that was a good one to get our teeth into.
No, I think you're right. That one is. I remember being behind the mic thinking, how are we ever going to remember this live? How are we ever going to do it live? But yeah, I think it's all right.
Are there some songs that you get fed up of doing live? Like, are there some you're like, oh no, not that one again?
We used to shy away from, please don't hate us for this, but we did used to shy away from 5, 6, 7, 8.
Did you?
Every artist in their career has one song that maybe they kind of, shy away from, but now we throw everything at it. On the last tour, we had Saloon Doors, we had Cowboys, Cowgirls, Bales of Hay. We had a full-on line dance, and everybody loved that. It was probably the most popular song.
Got me in tassels.
And got Lee and Chaps.
Woo! Oh, I love it. And did any of you have one of your own tunes as your first dance at the weddings?
What, a step song?
Yeah.
Why not? I think that lots of people do have tragedy.
Yeah.
It's a choice, but people have had that. There was one somebody created a video and they had all their wedding guests doing.
What do they call it when there's like a dance mob? What do they call it?
Flash
flash mob. Yeah. Loads of videos with step songs for that.
There was, did you see online, there was a big choir outside the church doing like a choral mashup, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Flash
For the
mob.
wedding.
Really good.
Jason Loosely here asks, can we have a chain reaction tragedy mashup next year?
Oh, interesting.
I think most of the show will have to be a mashup because we have so many things that we don't want to leave out. That's the only way to include them.
Yeah.
No, you give us your suggestions. What are your favourites?
Mine, I like Deeper Shade of Blue and Love's Got a Hold of My Heart. Those are the sort of two old favourites that I really love. And Stomp I love as well. I've got quite a few. And I like tragedy. Everyone's got to like tragedy. But speaking of tragedy, obviously, famously, you got Prince Charles to learn the move. And we talked the other day about how at the Royal Variety Show, you might teach him the new moves. Is that right?
Well, you could do it like you do the something in your eyes, maybe. What do you reckon? That would be nice.
I don't remember. I bet he won't remember doing it.
But we'll remind him.
Should we got it? A picture for him to sign.
We should bring the picture and show them.
Yeah.
Create this, please.
He was a good sport on the day, though. Didn't know what the hell he was doing, but we got the picture.
Who is this?
I love it.
Rude.
Just put your hands on this. Who asked him to do it? Which one of you asked him to do it?
He steps.
Well done. Well done, Lisa. You've got to do it, haven't you? You've got to do it. Have you ever, because obviously that's a sort of famous move, have you ever had somebody come up to you, like a fan, do that? And what's the most weird place a fan has come up to you and done the whole tragedy thing?
Well, I've been having a wee at a urinal.
I was going to say the toilet's probably the weirdest place.
Yeah.
I get it on the airplanes, and it's not what you want to hear.
Oh, tragedy. Oh, yeah, we're on a plane. In the toilet. Someone's actually come up.
Yeah, I mean, but you can't. No, I was going to go get quite graphic. You
No.
can't let go of the tragedy.
You can't. It's not the time to do it, is it?
I don't think they were probably on the toilet as they did it, but yeah.
No, so they walked in and did that, and they were, that's honestly, some people need to know some boundaries, I think. We got another message here from Vanessa Curry. If in the future the situation is better, is Steps going to do a world tour?
That's my dream, actually. We've been so lucky to travel the world.
Mm.
Everything that we've done over the years, but we've never done an official world tour. I'd love us to do that. We've been so lucky to have success all over the world.
Yeah.
Something that we could do, hopefully.
Yeah. And obviously you live in Dubai now, don't you, Lisa? So you live in Dubai now with Johnny, and you've got your performing arts school out there. So it's has it been tough coming back over during this? Because obviously you've been waiting for the right time that you can launch the album.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's more challenging
Mm.
in another country, and I've got 2 jobs in 2 countries. But, I feel blessed, I feel lucky, and it's just managing it, and we've got a great team around us. So
Yeah.
I think it's all been put together really well with the campaign, and yeah, it's a bit more challenging during the pandemic, but we're all following all the rules and having all the COVID tests, and we're all safe and we're in the
How do you all keep in touch? Is there a Steps WhatsApp group or?
many.
Yeah, there's too many.
Yeah, we've got Steps. We've got No Management. Where we talk about management.
We lost you for a second there. You went. Well, management probably interfered there just as you were about to talk about them.
They pressed mute. How dare they?
I think they did. They did something. Do you play jokes on each other? Who's practical joker?
No, we don't actually. I
No,
don't
not
think
really.
we've ever really done stuff like
Well,
that.
I do remember us putting H on a conveyor belt once.
At the airport, I remember that.
It's
Oh,
going
so
round and round.
Remember myself in the luggage measuring thing?
Yeah,
I've got a picture of that.
That was funny.
we do have a laugh. We like to make each
Yeah,
other.
that was funny.
And what about for Christmas? Do you all do a little secret Santa, or is there a big step celebration?
We never
really
have some
know.
time off.
Yeah, we're never really together, so Secret Santas, we don't really do that. That would be funny, though. That would be very, very funny to do. Maybe we should do that this year. I like that idea.
It's going to be enough to get my kids presents.
Actually, yeah.
It's enough, because obviously you've all got families now. Lee, you're married, and you've been doing your personal training as well. You've got really busy lives. H, you've got little twins who are just 4, and they're adorable. I mean, how have you been coping with looking after 2 4-year-olds?
Yeah, I mean, it's challenging. I mean, I guess, it's been challenging for all of us, but you just have to take one day at a time. That's what I've been doing. And then drinking tequila when they go to bed.
He's not joking.
He's been done from gin.
What time are you putting them to bed? Like 3 p.m. so you can get the tequila out.
I talk about it and I laugh about it, but the memories that I have now, I will take with me, forever.
So the children, the drink gets stronger.
What's stronger than tequila?
No, I think it's actually, and we'll all agree with this, it's actually taught us what's important in life. This situation that we're in, we're all doing the best we can just to get through this. As long as you stay safe, focus on what's important, we'll all get through this.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you've all done brilliantly. And you've got, obviously, Claire, you've got a teenager now, and I know you said that he's reached that teenage stage of not wanting to chat to his mum. Do you? And I know, Lisa, you said that your kids are very musical and they're already performing. Do you think that maybe you could form a sort of mini steps or baby steps as a little project?
Well,
Get a few of your kids together.
Between us,
Easily do it.
we've got 7 children.
My children are going to be doctors and lawyers. Thank you.
You're not going to let them go into showbiz.
We had 5 children at one point, and that's when we were like, oh, we've got many steps. But it's something we've joked about. But yeah, it's cute.
Right. And H, I know that you're friends with Ronnie Wood and Sally, and you've got that whole twin support group with Hannah Weller as well. Have you sent them your album? And
I have actually. I'm not going to tell you the text I got back. It was positive, but I can't read it. It was very, very funny.
What was it? Tell us.
I'm not going to tell you, no, but it was very, very funny.
Oh, you can't tease us like that. Can you give us a taste of what it was?
Sorry.
Have you suggested that you could collaborate in the future? Collaborate, sorry. Collaborate, I meant.
What? The Rolling Stones and Steps? I
think that would be fantastic. No.
Rolling Steps. No. Stone Steps. No.
I think we should suggest that. See what he says.
That's the title.
Oh, Stepping Stones. That was actually really good. Stepping Stones or the Stone Steps?
I knew I was here for a reason.
Oh my gosh. Today, I tell you what.
I heard it here first, and obviously I know that there was a little talk about there might be some more happy romance news on the cards. H, is there anything you can tell us, or is it too early?
Oh, well,
I don't remember talking about that.
Lee's got it.
He flirts with me too often. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm just going to say, do you know what? I'm very happy and I'm in a lovely fluffy bubble. That's all you need to know.
Good. Yeah, that's all we want to know. We just want to know you're happy, which is great. And I mean, all of you have had such big careers outside of Steps as well, with the stuff that you've done, like Faye, you had Strictly, H, fantastic with the Dancing on Ice, and obviously making history with its first same-sex couple. What are you still in touch with Matt?
Yes, I am. Well, he's been listening. We sent him a package for the album, and he's done a little Instagram for us with Denise. And yeah, of course, he's completely behind us. He obviously didn't only partner myself, but Lisa.
Of course, yes. Sorry, yeah, of course he partnered.
Yeah, so he's had 2/3 of Steps. There you go.
So just the other 3 of you have now got to go and do it as well.
Oh my gosh!
Did you ask him which one of you he preferred skating with?
Yes.
He wouldn't say
He's lift you, put it that way.
Yeah, he flew me around on the
And he flung me off. No, I'm joking. Didn't I? I didn't. God.
Well, there's your headline.
It was a joke. Come on, we could.
And Faye, do you still talk to Giovanni?
I do. He's had an album sent out this week as well because he was a Steps fan too. So
yeah,
wait to hear back from him. He's very busy this week, obviously.
He loves to sing.
He does. He loves to have a sing. So
he loves
yeah. Looking forward to videos of him singing some new album tracks.
Oh, I love it because he's been doing really well this year with Ranveer, hasn't he? And
I reckon he'll be in the final. Plus things fingers.
I think so. I think he deserves a chance to win, you know, this year. I think, hopefully. Is there any other shows that the rest of you are fancying doing? Because I know you've done Tumble, you've done all sorts so far. So is there anything else you got your eye on?
I want to see Claire in the jungle. That's what I want to see.
Can you imagine that?
Come on, eat it, kangaroo. Cahoonies. That's what I want to see. Would you absolutely not do it?
Absolutely no way.
Really?
Would you do it?
Lee would do it.
I think you'd be
Yeah.
really good.
I think you'd be good. You'd be really good.
Take a shower in white Speedos. Woo!
What, you want me to wear speedos?
Those are available.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, other swimsuits are available. So, who's best at picking up all the choreography when you have to learn it?
Not one said me. Quite equal, actually.
We have our moments.
Yeah, we all have senior moments. Not gonna lie. Yeah, it takes a bit longer than it used to, but we're all there. Show day, we're all there.
Do you still remember all the old choreography? Would you, if someone said, right, okay, do tragedy dance, can you do it?
Right, go on, you test. Go on.
Okay, well, let's start with tragedy.
That's easy. Yeah, go.
Can I do it with you? and one for sorry.
That's fine.
Easy.
Love it. Deeper shade of blue. Brilliant. Angel. How about Better the Devil You Know?
Oh, there was a lot
We
of
did
those,
this
isn't
on that.
There was a lot of that on that one, didn't there?
Yeah.
You guys are excellent. You know it all.
What? Oh, we were ahead of time.
What was that? We lost you for a second. Can you hear us?
We did invent TikTok.
Yes, exactly. You're perfect for TikTok. Like, I mean, this is perfect time. There's going to be so many trends of your things. I hear you're trending really high on Twitter as well today with the album launch. So that's fantastic. Yeah.
Very much. Number one on iTunes this morning, which is great.
Well done. It's amazing. Are you surprised that there's so much love for you again now, or you're just the perfect pick me up kind of band, and you're so fun. You've actually outlived many of the bands, as we talked about before, that of the time. Did you expect to be here 23 years later?
It's like Death Becomes Her, isn't it? It's like, now a warning.
Take the potion.
It's incredible. Do you know, say that we've been here 23 years after we released 5678, which everybody laughed at. We laughed at. And now we're releasing our new album, and it's number one. There we are. Oh, look at those. Look at the tummies and curtains. Oh, and frizzy curly perm hair.
Oh, love it. We've got a couple of little mini games that we just want to play with you very quickly, because I know I won't be taking up you for too long, because I know you've got a really busy day. But first of all, we've got a game. Okay, so I'm calling it Romeo Rodeo. What's in a name? You see a little where I went with that. That was 5678. Doesn't quite work, but we tried. So there's some song titles, and I'm going to ask you a question related to them. So first, we've got Scared of the Dark. Now, how old were you when you stopped being scared of the dark? And what are you scared of now?
Ooh, I don't think I've ever been scared of the dark. I don't remember being scared of the dark.
I always used to sleep with the lights on when I was
The dark
a kid.
was better.
Yeah, but I used to watch like Jaws. I used to have like nightmares about Jaws.
Did you? Bless you. Yeah. Are you scared about anything now?
I don't know. I think because I'm a parent, lots of them scare me. Whether things affect them, then that affects me.
Yeah.
So, yes. Anybody else?
I don't think I was scared of the dark.
Oh wait, do you know, well, tomorrow we are performing. We're going to Blackpool and we're going to be doing the Royal Variety. We've got a new routine for this particular song we're doing, and that scares me a little.
What was the last thing to make you feel a deeper shade of blue?
Lisa's alarm call this morning.
What are you going to say?
Lisa's call time was.
Yeah.
What time were you in makeup this morning? 3 o'clock. She needs a lot of work, everyone. A lot of work.
How long were you doing it for?
Lisa needs a good 6 hours of makeup.
Okay, now you need to stop.
Are you serious, or is he just winding everyone up?
Winding me up.
Standard.
Okay, what was the last thing on your mind when you went to sleep last night?
The
Lisa's
album
alarm.
release.
What time my alarm was going off, and was I going to get up in time?
Well,
Also, our album is out
Yeah, it's
today.
all about the album.
I wasn't sure whether to wait up until 12 because that's when it hit UK time hits, and then all of the albums everyone's pre-ordered, they download. So I wasn't sure if I was going to, but then I thought, no, I've got to go to bed, got to go to sleep, and then wake up.
Your busy day of and what does the future hold?
Everything.
I tried to Blackpool. I've already tried to Blackpool.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to next year's tour, really. We've got 4 new dates that have been released today. We've got London, Madrid, Glasgow, and Birmingham. So that's something we're really looking forward to. Something fun and like.
And I was going to say, in our very near future, we're signing Christmas cards.
Oh, we are.
Ooh.
That are on sale with the CD.
Love it. All right, we got a very, very, very quick game, second quick game, which is, can you name the song from the lyrics? So we're going to show you some lyrics. Can you tell us the song? Right, first one. All my dreams have come to nothing. Who would have to... You are?
One sorrow.
Congratulations. All right, okay, next one. There's no escape.
Was Lisa speaking that?
Love's got a hold of my heart.
Brilliant. Yes, well done. You're excellent at this. I made it too easy. Right, next one. You paint a picture of paradise. The colours shine and sparkle.
Oh, is it glitter and gold?
Yeah.
It is. It's glitter and gold. I love that one. And finally, easy one for you.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Brilliant. I love it. And if you've got 2 seconds, we're just going to run down the showbiz stories that we've loved of this week and just get your opinion on them, a couple of them. So we'll do it really quick because I know that your management, I think. Right, so number 5, we have J-Lo's album cover, Very Risque. Now, would any of you be doing this in the next album?
51 years of age.
She looks incredible.
Yeah.
51. So is this the Next Steps album? Is this going to be what you're doing for the next cover?
Well, we're not 51, so you'd have to wait a while.
And number 4, we have Liam Gallagher is releasing a single, which is a very festive Christmas single, which is probably the last person I expected to do a Christmas single.
We haven't got signed Christmas cards to say no. That's don't worry about him. You can just have a look on ours.
Exactly. Did you ever have any run-ins with Liam back in the day?
No.
Not run-ins. I remember we did an interview recently, and he did compare. Was it the Gorillaz, Damon Albarn's Gorillaz, to a Step song? That was quite funny. That reference.
This guy, I love it. Number 3, we have Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen has really stuck the knife in about Carol Smiley being replaced by Davina McCall on the new Changing Rooms reboot, saying that you have to have someone that's relevant to now and someone that can make it a bit more rock and roll than the original version, which is ouch, ouch, ouch. What's the worst thing you've ever had said about you? What's the worst insult?
We'll be here a long time.
What was that?
We'll be here a bit too long to run through all of that.
Oh, right. Okay. And number 2, we have Shane and AJ on I'm a Celeb are having a celebrity feud because AJ criticised, shock horror, the way he does the washing up, and now apparently this is the news of I'm a Celeb. They having a little bit of a Barney. Have you ever had a sort of celeb feud that we don't know about over something stupid?
I've had a mini one with Westlife once.
What happened?
I was misquoted in a magazine article, and they took it seriously, and then they wouldn't talk to us afterwards for a while.
I remember we were backstage. I think it was the Brits, and Louis came on to me and said, "What have you been saying about my band?" I went, "What? Talk to Claire."
Amy, put her. I know, because you talked about how you've all got your Brits apart from H because you didn't want to, because it was £500, which is outrageous.
Thank you for agreeing with me. Otherwise, I feel like a right skin flip.
No.
We won.
Yeah, what happens if you're like Adele and she's won 5 in a night? She'll be upset, that's a big chunk of money.
So she's a solo artist, so she just gets the one that was given.
Oh, right, okay. So so it's only because there's more of you that you have to pay for the extra. That's insulting, I think.
I've got Smash Hits Awards, the funniest person in pop for 2 years running. Thank you.
The only one in the category.
That doesn't matter. You still won, and you won't have been the only one.
Stop the count.
I love it.
I won by a lot.
And number 1, we've got, of course, your album has been released today, which is I'm putting as number 1. So thank you so much, guys, for everything. You've been so lovely. It's been great to talk to you today.
Thanks everyone watching.
Thank you, guys. We're signing up the Christmas cards now.
Right, brilliant. Do it now. All right, speak to you later. Thanks, guys. Bye.